What's going on, everybody? This is MandalorianMangler, the host of the Creatures of Queens Twitch and YouTube channels, and I am here today to give you my critique and review of Cosmic Crucible. I was not able to record any of it live, so I played it on my phone. I have 3 videos of each of the trials, so I'm just going to let the videos play, and I'll just sort of talk right through them. So I checked the 8 people out. I was 7 out of 18 in terms of stats. I had 12 million TCP. The lowest was like 11.5 million, highest 18. I put in some relatively junky teams. I kept my 8, 9 strongest offensive teams and threw the rest down into defense. I don't think I really had a defense higher than maybe 400K. Maybe that's stretching it, a bunch of 350s in there in the process. So what I found disappointing was there were no TCP totals on the 6 enemies teams. So I had to, obviously, you saw me click into each of them to see what was the total TCP for each of them. And then I just tried to figure out, you know, what's the strongest team I can put in against their strongest team? And there was so much punch down that it really didn't matter what was going on in this first trial. I was very unimpressed with the defense. They had the same strategy that I did, but it turns out that actually by the end of the contest, I was still able to get the better of them. So obviously, we know the way the meta works. If you use a significantly newer team, like I'm using some new Spideys against some old Spideys, and obviously they win, no problem. So, you know, worked through this battle nice and easy, and pretty much the same sort of thing was going on continually. So I tried to do these as quickly as possible. You'll see that each round sort of takes me somewhere between 7 and 8 minutes. So let's see what I did right here. Oh, yeah, just Infinity Watch. Let's go in and crush some stuff. I mean, this wasn't even a contest in most of the cases. I wanted to make sure that I was using as few turns as possible. So, you know, using the AoEs or any of the specials that could do like 2 turns worth of damage, or to hit a multiple opponents, I should say, was a good thing. I gotta say, at some point you're gonna see me screw up in this video with the Secret Avengers team that we were just speaking about before we started recording. So yeah, I just wanted to whittle these teams down. I took the strongest teams that they had available, and then I took pretty much the next team that I could in the process. So I knew, might as well use this team and overpower something. Kestrel can prevent a almost already dead Hela from doing anything. You know, so quickly wanted to make my way through this. And it was a pretty easy contest. Like I said, you know, every battle took, what, 45 seconds the most in some situations. As quickly as 20 in others. You know, so there wasn't anything that I saw that I was too concerned with. And you'll see I'm putting in massively overpowered teams. I'm checking out what the totals on them are. So, you know, you got to use the team somewhere. So that's the best team that they had left. So I just put in the new meta of Darkhold, and I'll be surprised if... like, the concept there was use the basic to hit 2 people with Strange. Nice and easy, like completely pointless. So I don't suspect that this will be every contest. This is just the preseason. I think that people will adjust rather quickly if they care about this game mode. Another unfortunate thing is if you look at the rewards, there's not really that much incentive to care too much, technically speaking, because the difference between 1st and 8th place in terms of rewards is relatively minimal. So as a result, you might not need to care about this game mode too much. I was talking in another streamer's chat, and Mobile Gamer referred to this as GAC Light. I said I felt like it was a little bit more O'Doul's in the process, and our buddy Most Def thinks that it's Diet GAC. I'm upset with the game mode because I was looking forward to it for so long. I know that they wanted to make it different from Grand Arena Championships and Star Wars, but I think that they definitely made it a little too simple. Might be a good word for it. Simple might be a good word. I would have liked it to be a little bit more complex, require a little bit more theory crafting or just thinking in the general process. One of the cool things about GAC mode is that the zones are like a war in Marvel Strike Force. The zones are hidden, so you don't know what's behind the door until you beat a certain amount of teams to clear the zone and then get to the next one. So imagine if each of these 6 zones that we're fighting through in this game mode had multiple teams in it. Like, let's say they had 2 or 3 teams. Now, I know I don't have 18 teams to put on defense. I'm just saying, for example. So I think that would, or just block out the other 5 rooms so that you can only see the first room. You have to deal with that, figure out what your best counter is from your entire team because you don't know what's coming next. So hopefully they make some improvements like that I would definitely be looking forward to make the game slightly more complex. So there you go. That was like 6 minutes and change right there. I worked right through that opponent. Nice and easy. It was a quick W. I was looking at what I need to do. Can I change some of my defense? Can I upgrade anything? What teams was I not using? And then I told myself, like, wait a second, that was just the first round. I did swap some things, I believe. I did make minor improvements here and there, but for the most part, I wanted to see what was going to happen every round in the process. Yeah, I put that in there. I upgraded, so I guess that was like a 100K upgrade on one team. And then we swapped rooms right there. I don't know. I'm just tinkering around. I'm sure that at some point moving forward, everybody will figure out what rooms, what teams should go in what rooms because they will provide the most defensive benefit. And unfortunately, then it's going to seem very run-of-the-mill and people are going to be sort of doing the same thing. So that was the first trial. We will move on to the second right now. So my first opponent, I don't even think he attacked. I waited for as long as possible. That's why I did that one in the afternoon. This was the second day's afternoon. I waited until my opponent gave me a score. As you can see, I didn't show this time. I went through the same 6 teams. I was looking for TCP totals. I had to write it down on a piece of paper or, I just sort of remembered it in my head. And this is a very clear indicator of the difference between what happens when you play Infinity Watch versus Heroes for Hire in any other game mode other than in as a war defense team. You're going to see that we're just going to melt right through this team. They're not going to get their revives and their regen heals like they always do. And it was good to know that Heroes for Hire in this game mode are quite easy. Thinking about it, you might want to think about, I don't know, theory crafting something, finding a way to make this team work as a defense team, using them on offense, pulling Shang-Chi onto your offense to get the most bang for your buck, considering you probably have worked your Shang-Chi pretty high. So if anything regarding this battle bothered me, it still took a lot of turns, so I was concerned about that. But, considering it took a minute in that process, sure, it was still a big punch down. I'm not impressed with Heroes for Hire on defense without their war bonuses. So that last room banged out. I repeated, obviously. Did the same thing I did the first war. Massive punch down on the Sims with Web Warriors. It felt like it was a very easy option considering what I knew the last time. This is when I thought to myself, How do I make this even faster? The way to make it even faster is to try to kill your anti-venom opponent as quickly as possible so that if they do get the turn, they can't regen one of their dead characters and bring them back to life. Revive, I should say. So making sure that I cleared him down so that wouldn't happen was my primary concern. I should have used, obviously, the second ability right there. No worries. Let's switch that over to somebody else, because if I would have kept it on anti-venom, it would have been an auto kill before the AoE. So again, I'm trying to clear this down as quickly as possible. That dodge was lame, but you know, what can you do? So nice and easy in that respect also. Getting some rewards and moving on with my day. I'm probably going to come in with that surfer team right there. Right or wrong, I see a lot of opponents' war teams, and I will generally go in with the foursome against overpowered Doc Ock teams. I don't know, it's just something I like. I use them in other places too. But, you know, in this mode, I will throw in the surfer there also to completely shut down Doc Ock, and we can move on real quick from this one. Nice and easy. Now, I'll probably continue using the same logic. I'm going to come in with Secret Avengers right now to counter out the Sinister. Now, Madeleine Pryor, everybody did a lot of work. Drew Mama made a very interesting video that not enough people watched that you should go check out on the channel. I am completely not impressed with Madeleine Pryor being added as the 5th to this team to recomplete it. Okay, that's beneficial. I'm sure that in Avengers Tower and other modes, she will be very beneficial to the team rounding out the 5th. However, in war, she is just more cannon fodder for this Secret Avengers team. I have fought them. I have punched up on them in war already. As long as you know that you can shut down that strife with your Kestrel as she clears him down, you get that rolling, and you keep your charge up to prevent Sinister from bringing out your strongest character, because now that edit to Sinister has resulted in not a random pull, but your best character will be brought on the enemy's team. So to shut that down, I just used this team, and Madeleine Pryor did not help improve the meta for this team in war mode or obviously in Cosmic Crucible in any way. So, you know, the entire time I was doing this battle, the only thing that I was thinking of is, let's try to get this done with as many turns, or as few turns as possible. And I did it right here. We're going to see in the third trial, I did not do it correctly. I completely screwed up. So we got 2 teams left. I don't know the scoring well enough to understand, like, how many turns I need to take to beat what in relation to, you know. So although my symbiotes are much stronger than some of the other teams, I think my decision is I'm not going to use them because they are older meta, and I'm going to use the Darkhold, and I'll probably come in last with Weapon X, even though I had a Zemo, like, military hybrid sort of team that I used there. I probably could have edited even more and just used Zemo with something else against what will be that Mercs team coming in the first room. Yeah, made sure I used Agatha's ultimate, used all of the AoEs right away on Darkholds to try to kill as much stuff as quickly and in as few rounds as possible. So, sure, yeah, it would have been great to add some buffs to the entire team. Look at how many buffs are there already. I'm punching down massively on this with the new meta versus like 2-year-old meta. So, no big deal, you know? I'm interested, like I said, to see what's going to happen when some people start improving their defenses. Or are people just going to go completely offense heavy? So I don't know what's going on right now. I know I'm at 41 and change. They're at 50 and change. But, like, How many attacks do I need to take in this round to win? I don't know, but I know there's a bunch of AoEs in here, and they're stronger. And Omega Red is at Gear 16, so there you go. That was one AoE, second AoE, third. You get the idea where I was sort of going with this. I probably hit the wrong button right there on Silver Samurai. So clearly I screwed up somewhere in here. Sorry for the lag on my phone. I think that I could have probably cleared down that taunt earlier or killed somebody before the taunt happened in that corner, but, you know, a quick battle nonetheless. And that was it, right? We move on, and then I go, oh, look, I beat them by 12 points. Like, I didn't know until that moment. I thought I should win, don't get me wrong. So at this point, I am 2-0. And we are moving on to the third day. I don't know, I'm just tinkering around trying to figure out how any of this game mode works. It's very, like, poorly set up. I think it could read better in a bunch of different capacities. But cleared all those opponents down the second day. Like I said, won by 12. I'm up 2-0. And we turn off day 2 and move on to day 3. So, once again, I waited the half day. My opponent has thrown up his score of 50,119, which I know is actually less than the previous battle. So, okay, that makes me feel confident. Once again, I saved everybody the couple seconds by scrolling through the teams and taking down some notes as to what offense I wanted to put in against what defense. So we'll just go through with this right there. This was the best defense that I saw. This guy, obviously, or this person, was 2-0 as well. My strategy was I can mirror them down because every one of my characters is significantly stronger than their version of that character that I'm using. It's just that simple. And you'll see I do that for a couple rounds. So my Doom is better than your Doom. My Icarus is better than your Icarus. My Cersei better than your Cersei. My Cloak better than your Cloak. My Dagger better than your Dagger. What was that, 400k punch down? I'm not rewinding. We're moving right through this. Nice and easy, you know? I've been tinkering lately in some battles in Arena to try to figure out who's better to kill first in terms of Icarus and Cersei and who gets recharges and brings all of their heals back. So I think the way to go is you have to kill Icarus first. Same thing. I'm like, oh, you have a 145k Kestrel. Mine's stronger, stronger. And then I was like, the only thing that you have that's stronger than mine is your Nick Fury. So I'm not concerned about that. But I also know if I use that there, I can't use it against the Marauders team, but I'm not concerned about it ultimately. Because I know that there's a bunch of other teams that are going to be able to do that. So again, the strategy was mirror this down as much as possible. I don't want to put the taunt up, but I was like, should I? Should I not? I was trying to get as many debuffs on that Kestrel as possible. I guess I probably just could have came in with that AoE, cleared some of those buffs that they have on them. But, you know, still make pretty fast work of this. But this is where I screw up, right? Watch Kestrel. Watch what happens with Kestrel as I continue to add minions, use minions. Her turn meter is going to keep going down. Look, she just lost all her turn meter right there. Lost even more turn meter. So all I'm thinking to myself is like, oh, no, what am I doing? And then I just like kept hitting the wrong buttons. You'll probably continue noticing that I'm thinking to myself, right, her turn meter just dropped again, right there, dropped again, went up, it's going to drop again. And I keep doing it to myself, and I'm like, oh no, what's going on? Is she going to get another turn? Look, turn meter went down again. And I know this, I've seen many notes about like, using Secret Avengers and turn meter control, and using Secret Avengers with turn meter control against Astonishing X-Men, and how if you got too many minion bots up, they're going to start rolling turn meter and get more assist attacks on you. I get it. I just was like, oh no. So I totally thought that what was happening right now may have been, if I lost this round, it was this battle that it was going to cost me. Because legitimately, Kestrel did not get another turn. We're 2 minutes into this battle. It's the longest battle that I've had. I think she's going to get all her health back. Or did she do that already? I was bewildered with myself. And it wasn't the middle of the night. It was the middle of the afternoon. There was some normal time where I was somewhere where I could record it. No problem. Just disappointing in that respect. I can do better. I can play harder. So again, I know that that's the next best team that was there. So what are we going to do? Yep. We'll use an overpowered team. I know that technically speaking, this is not necessary, but you got to do what you got to do. I knew that I also didn't have any, I couldn't think of any team that necessarily would just get through that strife like, say, Kestrel would, to just shut and kill strife instantaneously. So as a result of that, I was like, I'm just bringing in the most overpowered, newest meta that I can. I didn't want to bring Web Warriors in against them. I don't know why. They're a 900k team. It was like a 350k punchdown, right? But I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about it. So we held on that and then came in with this team. And I knew that there was no other place that I needed to worry about that going on. That was a misplay. I probably should have tried to attack somebody else there. Oh, well, yes, I completely agree that I made sure that I wasn't using certain things in certain rooms, but in other situations, you just, like, need to kill things and move on. But yes, there is a concern that in the 5th room you use cosmic stuff. It might be very dangerous. Like, I was even hitting the click and continue buttons fast, you know, so... So yes, if that Cosmic Room 5 wasn't, I would have used, I would have swapped those two teams and obviously used Secret Avengers against the Emeralders in Room 3, but because you don't, or you will lose all of your benefits of being a Cosmic character in Room 5, you had to pass on that one. Let's see, what do we got on this one? Oh, we got a simple crush. I'm like, I got to use this team somewhere. Easy way to shut down Ghost. And then, interestingly, I was like, oh, these guys dodged a little bit more than I actually expected them to. Like, I thought that that was going to just be the end of them right there. I was like, oh, look at all these dodges. Look at all these dodges. And I knew it didn't matter. That one hit them all. And then they just sort of, like, died from some bleeds right there. And it was nice and easy, you know, so victory. I figured if I use that ability to get more of the multiple men up, I get more attacks. I don't know. Maybe that was right. Maybe that was wrong. So I only got 2 rooms left. I got a couple massive punch downs. And again, I have plenty of Spideys. And still, there was a Darkhold and a Weapon X in there. And you'll see at the end of this video, I showed some other teams that I had in there. And it definitely feels like I could improve my defense for next go-round. Completely. But we'll get to that real quick right at the end. So, like, this was a joke. Because if we know that the symbiotes crush this team and would have been a massive punch down, and Web Warriors crush the symbiotes, then obviously Web Warriors will crush the Asgard's team even more. So, nice and easy. We got 1 left. And again, I don't know where I'm at. I'm at 41 and change. He's at 50 and low. But I totally thought that that Secret Avengers battle completely messed me up. This is me looking at those teams right there, right? So I got a couple 350k teams that I'm not using in there. Like, I got these 2, and then the symbiotes also. So it feels like I got some room to improve my defense a little bit. And again, I don't care how good that Wakandan improvement was, and they're a Cosmic Crucible team. Yeah, okay. This is like a 300k team against a 600k Darkhold. They're on defense. I'm on offense. Make that Shuri go away. Again, here's my AoE method. Use those AoEs. Use those AoEs. Definitely wanted to make sure that if you're dealing with this team, get Shuri out as quickly as possible, that she doesn't heal all of the teammates that are still alive, which then obviously would slow you down and make you use more turns. So here's the question of truth. It's like, oh, am I going to have enough attacks? What happened right there? Do I win? Hold. Do I win? Oh, look at that. 5187. So clearly, I'm like, all right, there we go. 3-0. Winner, winner. Nice and easy. So as a result of that, that was the a first place win in Platinum. But what we learned from this was there were some people who had some issues. So my buddy Sage was on live, and we were reporting that people were winning based on total points, but losing the trial. Now, that never happened to me personally, so, you know, I can't speak to that, but we can look at my totals. So, my final total score was 150,582 VP with 3 wins. Now, like, that wreath, that gold wreath, it's not like on my character. So I think that this would be a cool idea, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody in chat, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you think it would be a nice little perk to the game, right? The devs make this whole big issue about giving you different borders. Like, I beat DD4 9 million times. Oh, yeah? I beat DD2 2 billion times. Look at my border. I think it would be cool that, like, that's the winning border, and you get to wear that border until the next final round of, the next week's Cosmic Crucible. And you could give different borders accordingly, very military-like. So you could, like, get rid of the gold, turn it to silver and bronze. You could get rid of some of the diamonds and sort of use, like, a military concept like chevrons. Like, sergeants have rank, and the more chevrons they have, the higher rank of sergeant they would be. So I think that would be a cool, interesting idea. It's temporary in that sense. So people would want to continue to be able to wear the wreath around their border to show everybody in, either their alliance or gen chat or anybody they're fighting in arena or any other game modes, or when you're on leaderboards, people can at least see what you did. I mean, we know the game's pay to win. Let's move past that, but I think it would be a nice little, I would appreciate it. I'm relatively free to play. I did spend $25 a week ago to round out an event for the A-Force thing that's going on. Whatever. We'll move along with that in the past. I did get the extra Pryor shards, even though I complained about her previously having no value in war defense, as she gets smashed with the rest of her team by Secret Avengers, but that's neither here nor there right now. So let's see, we got some other photos to quickly go through. So that was final score. So my final ranking, as we see, is first 3 wins, champion, and then 2 wins and the rest down. And then last but not least, this one was tournament complete, and those are my rewards. So as you can see from the rewards, if you cross-reference that against the spreadsheet, that's the top of platinum rank. So my total tribunal ranking is 1394 plus 81 in the process. I sort of understand what that means, but I don't all at the same time. So that's that. I won. Cool beans for me in the preseason. I think the reality is that means it's going to get harder for me for the next one. I don't know, but ups to me for this one. It took a total of 7 minutes, 8 minutes, and 8 minutes. So that's 16, 23 minutes of gameplay. I liked that it was short, so that's cool. I'm not asking for a super long experience, but I think I would like it to be a little bit more problem solving in that respect. Hopefully it gets harder as players put better defenses up. But I think that this is going to be an offensive pursuit for everybody. You want to have the cards in your hand, the bullets in your gun, so that you can fire it at the enemies you want to. I think if you go too defense heavy, unless you're getting full defensive blocks, you know, the goal is to get wins on one pass. This whole 3 attempts thing, I don't ever want it to get to 3 attempts. I'm probably sure I'll get smashed by somebody once I get bumped up a division. I'm still questioning how they're completely doing the player matchups. Hopefully the API assists as they get data from us, and that improves. I could compare this to Star Wars all day, but hopefully they start using the API to do so. If you have more questions about API and how Star Wars improves, or there's a starwars.gg that improves upon the game experience for this 1v1 mode, please check out another one of my videos. I'll link it below. So that's going to be all for today, folks. Cosmic Crucible, 1 out of 10. I don't know. 7. I want to play it again. I've heard a bunch of people say that. I look forward to playing it again. I look forward to it being improved upon. I look forward into them blocking out the rooms so I don't know what's in 2 to 6. So that's me, MandalorianMangler, signing out. I will see you again. Thank you for hanging out. Please hit the like, comment, subscribe, comment down below, share it with your friends, whatever you got to do. Until next time, folks, I'll be seeing you.
Who will be trapped next in the boundless dimension?